What's up guys, Daniel3rd here. In this video, I'm going to make a comparison between Popcorn MX100 and the KZ ZSN PRO 2. So without further ado, let's start. I'm going to show you guys the comparison sheet I made in Microsoft Word that's based on their specifications. They're both hybrid configuration. That means one dynamic driver and one balanced armature driver. But in the KZ ones, the ZSN Pro 2 has newer drivers. KZ said in their marketing, the ZSN Pro 2 includes a super linear dynamic driver and their newly upgraded balanced armature driver. Frequency response, the Popcorn MX100 is 20Hz to 20 kHz. The ZSN Pro 2 is 20Hz to 40 kHz, which is higher, but in reality we cannot hear that. Sensitivity wise, Popcorn MX100 is 110 decibels, while the ZSN Pro 2 is 108 decibels. Impedance, Popcorn MX100 is 23 ohms, while the ZSN Pro 2 is 26 ohms. So sensitivity wise and impedance wise, the Popcorn MX100 is louder and easier to drive, but because of its tuning, the ZSN Pro 2 is also loud thanks to the upper treble boost. Sound signature, based on my testing and listening sessions, Popcorn MX100 is a mild V-shape with more sub-bass extension, while the ZSN Pro 2 is, I can say this is a true V-shape with more emphasis on the upper treble. I agree with Paul Wasabi said this is a airy V. Build quality, the Popcorn MX100 has a metal faceplate and acrylic shell, while the ZSN Pro 2 has a aluminum faceplate and acrylic shell. Soundstage and imaging, Popcorn MX100 is better.
I'll explain this later.
In terms of backplate type, what do I mean by this is whether it is closed back or open back. Popcorn MX100 is fully closed back. I've seen no vents there, even a single one, while the ZSN Pro 2 has semi-open back. Why? Because it has 3 small holes and 1 big hole on the back of the faceplate. These IEMs both using QDC/C pin connector 0.75mm, but the Popcorn MX100 is shorter. And lastly guys, the shell size. They're both using medium size shell, or I call it an average size KZ shell. In this price range, they're using the exact same size and shape for the IEMs themselves. So that's the spec sheet for these two IEMs. So let's go back here. What do I recommend for you guys? If some of you are treble sensitive, that means you don't want a fatiguing treble, I recommend the Popcorn MX100. This is good for monitoring. This is also good for gaming thanks to its great imaging. I'm surprised by this. In this price range, this can separate instruments very well in the mix. I can locate the instruments or the sounds where it's coming from, and also the soundstage. It's wide. Actually, soundstage wise, they both have the same, but in terms of soundstage, this is better. But if you want a really fun, engaging sound, get the ZSN Pro 2 if you can also tolerate the treble. Since this one has newer drivers, means better technicalities overall, but it doesn't mean that this sounds better than this. Detail retrieval, of course, this is better than this. Relax, upper mids and treble you can find on a Popcorn MX100. If you want more engaging bass, actually they both have great bass. If you want a cleaner, more slam, tighter, faster bass, get the ZSN Pro 2. If you want a mellow, softer that you can use in listening to acoustic guitars or any acoustic instruments, pianos, orchestra tracks, get this. This is really good. Piano sounds natural and lifelike here, like I said in my review, while here they sound a little bit thin because of its tuning. Since I put a foam in the ear tip, as you can see, just a small amount of foam, now it sounds more balanced. Overall, it's up to you guys, because at the end of the day, your sound signature preference matter. So you have 2 options here. This one has more better detail retrieval since thanks to its new balanced armature driver, it's upgraded. More tighter, clean bass you can get with these, while softer mellow bass, relaxed tuning you can get with these. They are both good for monitoring, but for precise monitoring, use this. For relax and longer periods of monitoring, use this. Hello guys, so additional information about these two IEMs. When I'm testing them out, the Popcorn MX100 has a overall relaxed tuning, while the ZSN Pro 2 has a V-shape, fun, engaging, and kind of bit aggressive tuning since its upper treble for me is a lot or boosted. Because of this, sibilance is very noticeable and air and that sound fatiguing for some tracks. I use the Squigglin's frequency slider and find out that the frequency that is the loudest is not the 8 kilohertz peak on the graph, but instead I find the peak in 10,191 hertz. So yeah, it's not the 8 kilohertz. The 8 kilohertz is just the resonance of the testing tube. These two IEMs both have good sub-bass extension. The ZSN Pro 2 has a cleaner sub-bass. The mid-bass is faster here than this, but this one has a softer mellow bass, both sub-bass and mid-bass. It's kinda lack slam to some drums, specifically the kick drums. Even if I raise the volume, this thing still lacks slam or thump a bit than the ZSN Pro 2. So overall, their bass, they're just in right amount. It's not a bass head. Take note of that. The mids of this are also different. Both lower mids and upper mid range of the Popcorn MX100, I can say it's relaxed and natural. Lower mid range has a warm tint to it that makes the vocals, instruments sounds organic but not lush. Lush means it's very thick, but this one, it's just in the right amount. While the ZSN Pro 2, there's a warm tint, but it's not as much as this. The upper mid-range of ZSN Pro 2 is much louder, so for cracking up the volume, this one can show glare and shout, while this is still managed to sound relaxed. So this one is better, but more upper mid-range glare to be expected because of its tuning. For the treble, this one has a relaxed treble. I suggest listening to it at lower volumes or do the mod I've done, which is put the small amount of foam in the ear tip. Careful of that, because if you put too much foam, it's gonna push the soft screen mesh in the IEM. The sound will change significantly and it will sound quieter. So be careful of the mod, guys. Take your own risk while modding these, since they can change their sound drastically or not. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day, and God bless.